just feel like all the straight guys that I dealt with when I was really young that turned me gay, like they all fucked me up. My soulmate is probably a girl and I'm out here on this gay shit. Like it's just a mess.
Alright, so boom.
Hey you guys, what's poppin'? Justin here, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing kind of a story time, but not really. This is just basically my coming out story. I know a lot of you guys was like, oh, bless me. Oh yeah, that's something I always do. Like I always say bless me just in case a bitch don't say bless you, bitch. I'll always bless myself. Oh my god, bitch, bless me, damn. Like I said, and just in case a bitch don't bless me, I bless myself, and I don't need you to bless me because I bless myself. So what happened? I feel like that's mad staticky, like Justin, relax. So today I'm doing my coming out story. I don't know if there's gonna be a sad video or a funny video. Like I said before, y'all always laugh at me when I be dead ass, so we just gonna see how this go. But I just noticed that I never really, out of the 4 years I've been on YouTube, did a coming out story. I never really like told you guys how I became who I am as far as like my sexuality, and I always tell y'all about guys that I talk to and shit like that, but I never really like got into depth of like, yo, let me tell y'all about blah blah blah. So we just gonna start this, boom. I do believe that I was one of the kids or people that was turned gay. I don't think everybody is born gay. I do believe like people through experience turn gay or straight or turn, you know, trans, and I don't think that takes away from anybody's identity, but I don't believe that everybody is born the way they are. I don't know if I'm gonna upset some people by saying that, but I think it's honestly the truth. A lot of trans people that we know today are trans because they feel like, you know, they would be that girl and they feel more confident being that girl, and you know, they just wanted to transition for whatever reason. Same thing with gayness. I feel like I was a person that was turned gay, and I wish I could go into depth about that. I mean, I can, but just, you know, to protect people's privacy and stuff like that. I was a boy who I wasn't raped or anything like that. So I don't want y'all to think that I was like raped or anything, but I was definitely turned gay at a young age. I started experimenting with this boy. Obviously, this boy initiated it. And from that, I grew into like liking boys because I was introduced to it by this other young little boy. He was like a year older than me. And he also has like a baby now and stuff like that. So I don't want to like, you know, ruin people's lives and shit like that. Like I'm not in the mood for that. That was all through elementary, or like kind of into elementary a little bit. But then when I got to middle school is when, you know, obviously you start dating girlfriends and da-da-da. And I always liked boys. I always used to think the boys in my class were cute. I always used to want to like do things with the little boys. I say this as a little boy, so relax. But I never got into it because I also liked girls. I just was young and I didn't know what was going on. Like, yes, I've done things with a boy that was in my elementary school, but then when I got to middle school, you know, socially I wanted a girlfriend, and I did like girls, like, you know, so I just didn't know what I liked yet, you know? So I would date girls, and then I would kind of look at the boys in my school like, ooh, and it was this one boy, oh my god, he was so cute. I didn't really have a crush on him, but him and all the other boys, they basically jumped me, okay? So let me tell y'all this story, okay? So the reason why I feel like I wasn't a gay person in middle school, I wasn't in high school either, but I guess the reason why I only pursued girls in middle school was because the boys in my school were cute, okay? The little Spanish, like I'm talking about the little Spanish boys with they Jordans and they skinny jeans, with they North Face on, like very cute, you know what I'm saying? So basically, my high school bully, wasn't really my high school bully, but they jumped me, so we could just gonna call him a high school bully. But I remember it was one time, and you know what's so crazy, he requested me on Facebook the other day, and I don't really use Facebook like that. Like I check in and out like every other month or whatever. So I seen he requested me, and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, let me see his Instagram, and I followed him on Instagram, and he followed me back. And this guy is now this big time like boxer, personal trainer. Like, you know, you always hear those stories like, oh, you know, my high school bully, now I could beat him up, or I stood up to him. Hell no, that nigga kicked my ass the same way he kicked my ass. Well, he actually didn't kick my ass. They had to jump me. But whatever. The same way how he beat me up, he could do me worse now. Okay, he's this big muscle. Like I don't want no smoke. But it's no beef. Like it was 7th grade. But let me tell y'all. So 7th grade, boom. And all the boys in my class was mad cute. Like I was in a bad class. So basically, like the way middle school worked was like it went from like 1 to 16. Every class it was like 801, 802, 803, 804, etc, etc. I went into the school being in like the top-notch honors class, 613. It was an honors class, and I ended up getting demoted because I was just so bad and talked too much. I was a class clown, and I went to 607, and then in 7th grade they demoted me even more and put me in 702. 702 was a bunch of cuties, a bunch of little kids that thought they was grown, and I really did not belong there. I really did not belong there. It's just that I was a class clown, so they put me there. I feel like the school system fucks people up because I was a smart kid. I am a smart kid, and I got good grades, but they just thought that I was a class clown and the teachers didn't like me, so they put me in a low grade. So I was around all these badass kids that come from like badass households or like too grown. Like, you know, I was just around the kids that was too grown. So boom, right? So basically, let me tell y'all. So I used to have a crush on all these boys in my class. I didn't really have a crush on them because I still like girls, but I didn't know if I like boys or if I like girls. But I thought these boys in my class were so cute. So let me tell y'all about how the boys that I thought was cute jumped to me in fucking 7th grade. So boom, this is what happened. So we in math class, I remember, and the teacher name was Miss Noel. I remember this so perfect. We were sitting there or whatever, and they was just bullies. Like I was in such a bad class. They was just bullies and just played too much and just a bunch of boys just doing shit. So I remember I was sitting in class and they was throwing erasers and one of them hit me in my head. So me, like, taking an eraser, I picked it up and I threw it back, but I really didn't look. Like I took the eraser and I threw it back and I hit one of the boys. I guess I hit my like little high school bully, the personal trainer or whatever. I hit him in his head really hard. He got up, mind you, he's like 5'1". All right, y'all, so if y'all don't know, I have my friend Sonia on the phone because she's been like my best friend since like literally middle school. Like the first best friend I've ever had was her. Like the first person I ever called a best friend was her. So we knew each other for a long time, literally since we were 11 years old. So she knew my little high school bully. So he was like 2 feet, right, Sonia?
Not little. Cute, but little.
He was so cute, but he was so little. So I threw an eraser at him. Boom. He come up, trying to act tough. Like, trying to act tough this tall. Like, I'm sitting down and me and him is the same height. Like, I'm like, what are you, like, you standing up doing what? This other cute boy, his name was Harold. In New York City high schools, you have to put your chairs up when you leave for the day. So we're putting our chairs up and Harold comes to me and he's like, yo, Justin, not for nothing. And that's literally all he said. Like, I don't know if he said not for nothing, but he said, yo, Justin, like, he was about to put me on. The little boy, my little high school bully, grabs him and is like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing. I don't know if they wanted to tell me like, yo, they want to fight you, so be ready. But I think my little high school bully wanted to catch me by surprise, so he stopped Harold and was like, don't say nothing. Mind you, we all in the same class. Mind you, Harold was another cute boy. Like, all the boys in my class was so cute. Like, it was this boy, it was my high school bully, it was Harold, it was this other boy named Amaris. It was like, I just had all...
Oh my God.
You remember Amaris, bitch? He was so...
He was fine.
I had like the cuties in my class, but they all fucking jumped me. So let me tell you, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, anyway, like what? So then I used to have to take the bus home. I used to have to take the 46 bus home, and I'm standing in front of the 46. And when I tell y'all, like, I look to the left and it's mad boys. Like, it was my high school bully, it was Harold, it was Alfred, it was Andy, it was Amaris, it was
all the Dominicans.
It was all the Dominicans. I'm like, oh my God. So I was with my 2 other friends that was not like that. I knew they was not like that. I wasn't even like that in 7th grade. But this situation made me like that. Because I was like, oh hell no, niggas think that they about to be jumping me. Oh, in 8th grade, I was like, I need to step my cookies up. Like, because I'm already a flamboyant gay boy. Well, I wasn't gay in middle school, but I was already flamboyant and people thought that they could fuck with me. So when I got jumped, I was like, oh, it's clip after this. Anyway, boom. They all standing there or whatever, and I'm there chilling, and I'm like, I'm telling my friends, oh, catch the next bus. I'm waiting for somebody. Catch the next bus. Catch the next bus. Because I didn't want my friends to be there when I knew what was going down already. All of y'all over here, y'all amping up my little high school bully. I see him getting ready. Like, I'm like, I already know what was going down. They got on the first bus. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for the next bus. The next bus come. They catch me before the bus come. And literally, my little high school bully like, oh, you was talking about my mother? I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
So I remember this one boy pushed me. My little high school bully punched me. Then another one punched me. Then another one punched me. Like, it was like boo boo boo. It would happen so fast though. They didn't really jumpy. Like, it was like they gave me a couple hits. Like, everybody was just like, and it was like clip. Like, it was like, and I remember crying so hard. I had a little flip phone at the time. I'm like, ooh. Like, I'm on the bus crying. I'm mad. And I call my friends. I'm like, they jumped me. My friends waited for me at the bus stop, and then they came and got me. Not the yellow bus, okay? I was in like a titiri. It was the MTA bus, the 46. So I'm like, so they jumped me or whatever the case may be, and that was that on that. And I just told y'all that story because I feel like that story played a big part in me not exploring my like gay sexuality, because the boys that I thought was cute fucking jumped me. Like, I was so mad. Like, they was all cute.
Niggas don't want to be gay no more.
I'm like, I don't want to be gay no more. Like, fuck this. If I gotta deal with this shit, it's clip. So boom, I get to high school, and now in high school, mind you, my friend Senya, when did you know I was gay?
Since 13, bitch.
No, Senya, stop.
Justin, I always have my suspicions, and I remember one time.
Senya, me and you even dated. Let's talk about it.
Alright, we could talk about it, bitch, but we didn't do nothing.
Senya, I dead fucked you. Wait, Senya, you really thought I was gay since then?
I had an idea of it, but then you had Catherine, you was with me.
Yeah,
Like,
I had girlfriends.
Yeah,
But when did you, like, what was the day that you knew, like, oh, like that it was a fact?
It was never a fact. Oh, you want to know when it was a fact, Justin? And I don't know if you're going to remember this. I had gotten so mad one day. I got mad at you. We was talking on AIM, bitch. And we was talking in the morning, right before school. And I think we was going to link up. I'm not sure. But she was like, oh, what you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm eating cereal. What about you? And he was like, oh, you're not fucking fat or something like that. And it was a joke, but I was mad because I didn't like when people call me fat. And I was like, all right, that's why you gay. And he said, Senya, you know how I feel when people call me gay? How could you say that?
Yeah, because...
And I'm like, okay, and you know how I feel when people call me fat? The way you reacted that thing, you just seemed so hurt. When it wasn't, for me, it wasn't a big deal, but you seemed so hurt.
But you know people always call me gay. That was the thing. I'm talking about the day that you knew, like, I had a boyfriend, or I used to talk to boys and da-da-da.
So then it has to be, yeah, so then it was that time when you was like, when you was talking to that boy, and you said I'm dead. His name was a boy's name, and you added an A at the end of
his name was Jamil, and I called him Jamila. I used to go through things with these boys, but my friends didn't know I was gay, so I would need advice, and I used to want to talk to them. And I used to tell Senya was my best friend at the time, and I'm like, girl, like, why Jamila Bluemons? Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, that was my middle school, like she knew me from middle school, and I feel like I wanted to call her because, like, I feel like she could give me a good insight. You know, that was like my little middle school like phase and whatever. And I was just like shut out to boys. I'm like, I'm not dealing with boys and they jumping me, and the boys, I thought, like, I was so turned off. But then when I got to high school, I met this one DL football player. He was like a senior and I was a freshman. Yo, y'all know I've really been raped all my life. Like, hold on.
How could you say that?
No, I'm playing. I just feel like I've just been exploited by older guys all my life. And, like, I don't know. Maybe I am a victim. I met this DL football player, and he was really cute. And, you know, he really helped me explore my sexuality. He was DL. That really was, like, my little high school sweetheart. But then, you know, he graduated. And he would come visit the school here and there. But, because he was really cool with my dance teacher. And... you know, that was my baby. Like, literally, I liked him a lot because that was my first, like, real intimate relationship with a boy. He honestly took another path where now he's straight And you know, I just feel like all the straight guys that I dealt with when I was really young that turned me gay, like they all fucked me up. Like now I'm this super gay faggoty boy and they all straight with kids and shit like that. Like my soulmate is probably a girl and I'm out here on this gay shit. Like it's just a mess. Bitch, once he introduced me to that girl, Facebook, all them shits, bitch, I was outside. I used to have these hickeys on my neck from boys. And I used to tell people it was from girls. Like, it was really toxic like that. Like, but, my coming out story, literally, so that was, like, my origin of me being gay and stuff like that. But I guess on my sophomore year, going into junior year, or maybe my junior year, how I came out to my mom was this story. Boom. Okay, let me tell you something. I've been a city girl, city boy, since it was even a name. Like, I've been tricking since before even if it was even a thing, but I didn't think of it as like, oh yeah, make his pockets hurt. Like, you know, I just thought about it like very like, if I'm cute, and I used to say this all the time, like if I'm cute and you busted, if I'm giving you my time and attention, you have to give me something in return. Like I was so cocky and just like thought I was that girl. Like where I thought like, all right, well, I'm giving you my time and attention. And he was sleeping with me actually. Well, he wasn't actually like, you know, but you know, he was older than me. I could have took him to jail actually. But I was 16 and he was like maybe like 21, 22. And it's always the niggas that work at Foot Locker. Like the ones that work at Foot Locker, you know they be the T. He was kind of busted though. He gave like store manager at Foot Locker. But he was like a manager. Like very nerdy, glasses, skinny. And you know, he had a good job. He used to give me the newest Jordans. Whenever I was the shit in high school. Because I had my little ZL boyfriend. I was dating girls and dating him at the same time. I know, horrible, don't judge me. But anyway, so I used to dance. Like, I used to dance in New York City a lot. It's like this underground dance scene that I used to dance in. And one day, this boy came to my practice. Not the boy I'm talking about, the Foot Locker boy. This other boy. And his name was, we gonna call him, I don't think he'll mind. His name was Jahi. So, this boy named Jahi comes to my practice. And me and him start talking and I really start liking Jahi. Mind you, Jahi was another one where when he was dating me, he was like 21, 22. You know Jahi's 30. Spanky's here. Hey. Yeah, so I met him or whatever and I really liked him. Like that was really like my baby. Like I still to this day haven't experienced a relationship like him. Like we was literally friends like my sis. And then on top of that, my boyfriend, and I just never experienced that before. But I also had this guy that used to get me the newest Jordans. Used to like, you know, he never flued me out because obviously I'm 16, but basically flued me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I needed a limited Metro card, because I used to get half fare because I lived by my school. So he used to get me like unlimited Metro cards, Jordans, like take me, if I wanted food, blah, blah, blah. Like anything I wanted, basically being 16 and a thought. I remember I gave him like an ultimatum because I never had an iPhone before this guy got me an iPhone. And I remember telling him about Jahi and I was like, listen, like I have this new boy that's treating me right. He's doing what he needs to do. Mind you, Jahi wasn't doing shit. But I'm like, he's doing what he needs to do. You need to step your cookies up. Like, I need a phone. And he's like, what? He's like, all right, I'm gonna get you a phone. So this boy literally leased a new phone for me. Opened up a new plan. I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't feel bad because it's either that or you go to jail. Well, no, let me not say that. I did feel bad. I really did feel bad because I didn't think he was going to get me the phone. Like, I kind of, like, said that in a way to, like, get him to not talk to me no more. Kind of, sort of. But, so he gets me this phone. And I'm like, bitch, what the hell are we going to do now? Like, very that. Because I'm like, so he gave me the phone. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, I'm like, all right. Like, he's stepping his up. So I'm giving, like, Jahi the cold shoulder now. Because I'm like, you know, my piece is doing what he gotta do. But then he started getting really like aggressive and then like he just started getting really controlling because he got me the phone. And I was like, listen, you can have your phone. Like, I don't need your phone. Like, you can I have a phone. Like, you know, I don't need to have your phone. Like, you can have it back. Oh, I don't want the phone back. F you and all this crazy shit that he used to tell me. And I used to be like, listen, like, I was so lost because I was DL and I didn't really have friends to be like, girl, tell me why this guy is blah, 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 blah. I was just lost and stuck. So I remember I just had it. One day he was blowing up my phone and I just had it. Like, and I said, Ma, I went to my mom and I said, Ma, look. And she looks at the phone and she's like, whose phone is that? And I'm like, Ma, this guy got me this phone and he's not leaving me alone and blah, 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 blah. And my mother's very Spanish and very dramatic. So this is literally how my mother was.
Justin, do me the favor right now. Do me the favor and give him that phone back right now, because if I find out who he is, we're gonna have a problem.
Like, very, like, I got so scared when my mother was talking like that. And I'm like, oh my God, like, Ma, but I don't know what to do, like, da-da-da. So she was like, give him the phone back now. And I'm like, Ma, but he don't want the phone back. Like, he just want me. Like, I don't know what to do. And my mother's like, I don't want to hear it. Give people their stuff back right now, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, you know, that was like kind of my coming out story. I never really like sat down and told my mom like, hey, I'm gay, ta-ra. I was just going through a situation with a guy that I didn't know who else to turn to but my mom. And like, I don't know if my mom already knew, because she didn't really talk about like, oh my God, you talking to guys that are giving you phone? What's this about? She just mostly focused on the situation at hand. So I think for me, that was my introduction to my mom. But I think my parents already knew. Like, I think one time my dad caught me on youuuuu with a boy. So they always had an idea, but I think the first time I ever like articulated it and told this to my mom, she like, that was that time and she knew. I don't know if she knew before or after, I don't know. But she knew. And that was that on that. And that's how I like came out to my parents. Now, how I came out to my friends was the worst situation. Boom. I had this friend named Little Bit. She was very toxic. Like, when I tell y'all toxic, like, I remember it was one time I came into school and my mother, she used to give me like $4 or $5 every day, you know, for lunch and stuff like that. I remember one time Little Big went in my pocket and took money out my pocket and literally would refuse to give it back to me. Like, she was just like, she was that kind of toxic friend. Like, but that was my bitch. Not for nothing, if I had a problem with a guy, Little Bit was like, that was my big homie. Like, that was my cosign. Like, if nobody fucked with me because they fucked with Little Bit, and you know, I was the flamboyant gay boy. I wasn't gay out in high school, but you know, I was always flamboyant. And nobody fucked with me because they knew like I was with Little Bit. That was literally my cosign, but that was my bitch. Like, if I ever had a fight with a guy, she was there. Like, every fight that I had, she was there for me. Any bitch who tried me, she was there for me. Like, all of that. But she was just a toxic friend. Little Bit knew I was gay from when one time, maybe our sophomore year, she went through my phone and she realized that I was talking to guys, but she never said anything to me. Because Little Bit also had a crush on me and she used to try to sleep with me too, but that's neither here or there. She knew for a long time, but she never told me. And one time, so during senior year, I just got tired of her toxic shit. I got tired of her just like treating me like shit. Like, everybody in school thought I was scared a little bit. Like, whenever niggas had beef with me or bitches had beef with me, they would always say that, like, ah, but you scared a little bit, ah, but da da da. And I always took that like with a grain of salt, but it really seemed that way because Little Bit like was a fucking toxic friend. Like, she would do me dirty in front of people and I would still be her friend, so people just kind of already figured like Justin scared a little bit. But that was really my bitch though, not for nothing. Like, that was really my friend. Like, we got along. That was my sis. Like, I would have did anything for her, she would have did anything for me. It was just that she was a toxic friend and she used to do me dirty sometimes, and people seen that and they're like, if you're not doing nothing about it, you must be scared of her. But whatever. And I remember senior year, I got tired of it. I was like, I'm not fucking with this girl no more. If you guys remember Donna from my like last story times and blogs and stuff like that, she was also a part of, we was all three together like this, all of us. And I remember one time, Donna had got into it with her for some petty reason, but I really was done with Little Bit my senior year. And I remember me and Donna made a bet like, whoever talks a little bit first, like, loses or some stupid shit like that. And I remember Little Bit found out about it and she was really hurt. But Little Bit's a Cancer and she's very, like, emotional. So she came across very aggressive. And I remember she came to the hallway, she pressed me and was like, yo, do me the favor, the next time you and Donna have my name in your mouth, it's gonna be a problem. Like, da-da-da-da. I'm like, what? So she started getting crazy. Our mutual friends come in, start like holding us between or whatever. And I remember I literally grabbed her by her wrist and I said, Little Bit, this is why me and you cannot be friends. Look at how you handle stuff. And I let her go and I walked away. And this was in the auditorium. And I remember she sat down and she was so mad. She sat down in the auditorium seats. I had dance class, so I was dancing. And she started going off. Oh, this effing faggot, blah, 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 blah. That's why you suck dick, and blah, blah, blah. Screaming it to everybody. And I just remember sitting on stage, like, shaking. Like, you know, like, when you shaking, like, you may not, like, be shaking on the outside, but on the inside, your, like, heart is shaking. Your insides are all shaking. Like, I started, like, like, because I was so gagged that she was telling everybody it was mad people in the auditorium. And I'm like, I'm trying to ignore her, but I'm trying to, like, she's out in me right now. Like, all the suspicions that people has had about me, she's validating it. She's like, yeah, that's why I looked through your phone and I seen all the guys you was talking to, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. And I remember being so shook. And honestly, I don't know if I forgive her for that. I mean, like, after I didn't graduate high school on time, so we both went to the same alternative school. But, you know, I never really, like, dissected it, but that was really a traumatizing moment for me. So as far as, like, my friends go, and then as far as being in high school, she outed me, and I remember just being so sad. Like, I just felt like, I mean, it was my senior year. I was about to leave anyway, so I wasn't that distraught, but I was distraught. And that was that on that as far as friends. I kind of thank her for that, because not for nothing, I was able to, like, kind of be with my boyfriend at the time publicly, and I wasn't really that scared anymore, and it kind of, like, made me face my truth. But at the same time, like, girl, she could have not did that. But that's been, like, my story since then, like, why I didn't really pursue it in middle school, and then I did kind of in high school, and then after high school I started dating a stripper. And all this bitch, after that, that's why I'm saying, all the straight guys that I talked to when I was younger, y'all fucked me up. Because now I'm dealing with gay strippers and gay people this and gay scammers. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I wish I was straight. No, let me not say that. That's a lie. I just want to say to everybody who's, like, you know, dealing with, like, coming out and having a hard time, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? I think now in 2020, we're at a space where it's more inclusive and more open for people to be gay. At the time that I was growing up, it really wasn't a thing. Like, you know, if you was gay, it was taboo. I think I went to school with one trans person, and they wasn't even trans like that. Like, it wasn't a thing. Like, being gay and going to school with gay, I don't know what it's like to go to school with gay people or to go to school with trans people. I personally don't know what it's like. So when I see it in schools now, I get, like, a little, like, you know, happy and motivated, and it's just like, yes, like, we're all getting inclusive, and now it's becoming a normalized thing, because there's a lot of gay people who knew they were gay, and like me, in elementary school, who grew up not being able to be themselves or like what they like because of the influence of things around them. So, you know, to anybody who's trying to come out, like I said, that's in middle school or in high school, it's okay. Like, literally, it's literally okay. It's not that deep. Like, you're gonna be nervous of people judging you and stuff like that, but you're gonna be okay. And I think I'm talking more so to the straight guys who have bros and stuff like that and feel like their bros is gonna judge them. If those people are your real friends, they are not gonna care. My brother, I'm pretty sure my brother knows gay people and stuff like that, and my brother's straight, and he don't really care. My brother don't care that I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? That's still my brother. Well, that's different because that's family, but in general, I'm saying it's just like, people who are your friends are going to stay your friends regardless of sexuality. It's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like New York is the worst state to deal with that, because New York is very, like, Brooklyn thorough, rep for my borough. Like, you know, very, like, fighting and squaring up and very harsh. So y'all gonna be okay, and just come. I don't know what's the perfect formula to come out, but I promise you, when you come out, yeah, it's not gonna be as bad as you think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be bad at all. I hope you guys enjoyed my coming out story. If you guys related to anything that I said, please let me know in the comments. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.